Newsmax national security correspondent and my former colleague at Voice of America, Carla Babb. Nice to see you, Carla. Glad you're here. What's going on with Venezuela?
Hi, Greta. A lot is going on. So officials are telling me that U.S. military assets in place around Venezuela could conduct a variety of strikes inside the country if called upon. According to those officials, we're now seeing the largest U.S. military buildup in the region since the U.S. invaded Panama in 1989. At least 16 warships, including the biggest aircraft carrier in the world, USS Gerald R. Ford. But the military will often be the first to tell you that they like to be used as a last resort. And it appears that amid this show of force, President Trump told reporters Sunday his next step with Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, as you heard, could be diplomacy. Now, this is happening just as the State Department says that it is designating the Cartel de los Soles, that's the group that Washington claims is run by Maduro, as a foreign terrorist organization. And that designation will take effect next Monday and essentially puts the cartel among the likes of Hamas and Islamic State. Maduro, for his part, denies having any ties to the drug trade, accusing the U.S. of fabricating a war against him, and has called for peace, even as he has built up and ordered up 200,000 forces for military exercises in response to the U.S. presence out in the Caribbean. There was actually this pretty bizarre moment, Greta, where over the weekend Maduro was calling for peace, and then he started singing John Lennon's Imagine. Let's take a listen.
¿Cómo era la canción de John Lennon? Imagine us people.
Okay, never would I have ever imagined the Venezuelan leader singing and quoting John Lennon. Unique times indeed, Greta.
Wow, I mean, this is pretty incredible. Now, one thing, they're going after these narco boats. The one thing that Trump isn't talking about anybody, there's a tremendous amount of human trafficking that goes through all those Caribbean countries, Aruba as being one of them, all those, but we're only getting the boats that are carrying narcotics, right?
That is right, and I actually talked to an official about that this morning, and they said that they are certain that there are drugs on the boats that they are targeting. To date, there have been 21, as you announced, the 21st killed 3 people. But this is happening as Congress is saying, we want more. We want to know who these people are and how you know that there are drugs on board and that there are only drug smugglers on board. They're getting pretty frustrated over concerns that they're not getting the information that they need. And basically, you know, Trump was talking about that on Sunday as well and addressing those concerns. Do we have his bite?
I don't know how in the world, though, that Trump talks to the head of an organization he names as terrorist. It's like inviting Osama bin Laden to the White House.
Well, I mean, officials have said for years that Maduro is the illegitimate leader. I mean, he has rigged elections. He's been running
that makes it worse.
And that makes it worse. And so right now, we don't know what the United States military is going to do next. They are set up where they could have strikes in Venezuela. But we just heard President Trump say moments ago that he's not necessarily against striking inside of Mexico to get at the cartels there. He also mentioned he would be proud, I think was the word he used, proud to knock out some of the cocaine factories in Colombia. So a lot of worry if you're in Latin America right now to see what the U.S. is going to do.
But the cartel that's been named by Trump and designated by the Secretary of State Marco Rubio, it's a cartel that's actually run by Maduro. I mean, he's the big leader. So I just don't understand. I mean, if we're going to keep killing him and hitting him, I just don't understand what would be said to Maduro. Quit your membership, disband your cartel. He's not going to do any of that.
Well, and he's denying this. He's denying this the whole time. And so when we were looking at striking Maduro, the reasoning is what we're still trying to figure out here, because according to a memo obtained by the Wall Street Journal, the DOJ is trying to pin this on fentanyl production. Well, fentanyl production is not in Venezuela. They're the cocaine country. Fentanyl is mainly in Mexico, and it mainly crosses through the land border. The boats that we've been striking so far, these are cocaine boats. When you talk about the Coast Guard having record-setting years, they're getting cocaine. They're not getting the smaller packets of fentanyl.
And again, they're not striking them, and I don't think they couldn't be because it'd be human shields, but all the human trafficking that comes out of Venezuela as well. Carla Babb, great to have you here at Newsmax. Thank you.
Thanks, Greta.
People think news just happens. It doesn't. It happens because there's someone there to capture the moment, to explain it and share it. That's my job. I go where news breaks and give you the facts. Join me for The Record on Newsmax.